All right, welcome. Here's the video where we're going to compare volume and surface area, and we're going to get into a little bit of dividing decimals. So first, let's talk about volume versus surface area. All right, well, remember, volume is the amount of space inside an object. All right, and this is where we find the length, we multiply it times the width, and then multiply it times the height. All right, and our units are going to be to the third power. Okay? Surface area, on the other hand, is just to find the area of all the faces. The key word here is area. So we're not finding the insides, we're just finding the area of the outsides. So find the area of all the faces and then add them together. Okay? And our unit is going to be whatever unit it is, feet, meters, whatever, to the second power. Okay? All right. Now, let's put it in practice here. All right? We've got volume versus surface area of this box. All right, well, let's look at volume. Remember, volume equals length times width times height. All right, so we need to find our length. Okay, let's call it 4 inches. Okay, our width, let's call it our 2. And then height is going to be our 1. All right? So we're going to multiply these numbers together. 4 times 2 is 8, times 1 is going to be 8. And again, what's our label? Well, it's inches, and since it's volume, it's going to be to the third power. So that is our answer for volume. Okay? Now we need to do surface area. This one's going to take a little bit more work. Remember, top, bottom, left, right, front, back. So we need to find the area of the top. Okay, that's this shape right here. Okay? The top is going to be this length times this. Well, you have to do a little hunting, but remember this would be 4 inches here, and then this would be 2 inches. So we need to find 4 times 2, which is 8 inches squared. All right, now if we have the bottom here, it's going to be the same exact area. So we can just cut and paste this. 4 times 2 equals 8 inches squared. All right, I'm going to color code here. Let's call this left and right. All right, let's say this is our left. All right, this is going to be this area here. So we have 2 times 1, which is going to be 2 inches squared. And then over here is our, well, I'm kind of getting them mixed up, aren't I? Left and right. I do know my left from my right most of the time. We're going to kind of just copy and paste this. Because our 2 sides of our boxes, these red outlines, have the same area. All right? And then finally, our front and our back. Okay, our front is right here. Okay? It's going to be 4 inches by 1 inch. So 4 times 1, because remember area is length times width. 4 times 1 is 4 inches squared. And the back, same thing. It's going to be a cutting and a pasting. So 4 times 1 equals 4 inches squared. Then what do we need to do? Well, we need to add all these numbers up. We got 8, 8, 2, and 2. And if I can move it down here, 4 and 4. And I'm going to add them all together. All right, 8 and 2 make 10, another 8 and 2 make another 10, so that's 20. 4 and 4 make a 28 inches squared. So our surface area equals 28 inches squared. So again, notice the difference. Volume is to the third power, surface area is to the second power. All right, let's talk about decimals real quick. All right. Well, actually, before we do that, we're going to look at dividing. Okay, so let's write out these problems. Remember, the number that's getting divided goes inside the division house, and then this number, the divisor, goes on the outside. 2 will not go into 1, so we'll go over to the 13. 2 goes into 13 6 times, and we get 12. Take away 1, and then bring down the 2. All right, 2 goes into 12 6 times. All right, 8 goes into, 8 goes into 10 one time with leftover 2. Bring the 5 down. Okay, 8 times 3 is going to be 24. Get 1 left over and bring the 6 down. 8 goes into 16 2 times. And we can finish it off saying 16 minus 16 is 0. All right, now 13 goes into 1326. 13 can't go into 1, so 13 goes into 13 one time. 13 goes into 2. Oh, it can't, so make sure you put the 0 there. Don't forget it. All right, otherwise it'll cause some problems. And then bring a 0 down here, and we have 2, and then we bring down a 6. 13 goes into 26 2 times, and then nothing is left over. Okay? Now we're going to introduce this with our decimals. Okay? Same thing. We're going to put the 1.32 inside the house, so to speak, and the 2. All right? Now, here's the trick. Decimals go straight up. They pop up just like a Cheerio in this bowl of cereal. It's going to pop straight up. Okay? And then 2 cannot go into 1, so we put a 0 there. But 2 goes into 13 6 times, and I have 1 left over. And then 2 goes into 12 6 times again. So I'm left with 66 hundredths, or 0.66. All right, now, this gets a little bit more complicated when we have a decimal outside and the outside number. We don't want it out there, so we're going to slide it over. If we have to slide it over one place in here, we're going to slide it over one place in here. So now our decimal is here. Okay? And again, we want to bring that straight up. So our decimal is going to be right here. 5 goes into 10 2 times. Bring the 2 down. 5 cannot go into 2, so it's really important to remember that 0 there. Bring it around. Bring down a 2. Bring down a 5. 5 goes into 25. 5 times. So we get 20 and 5 tenths, or 20.5. Okay? And there we go. All right. With this one, same thing. We've got decimals out here. We need to move it over, and this time 2 places. So our decimal is now going to be right there, and I need to slide it straight up. So our decimal goes right here. So 13 goes into 13 one time. Nothing left over. Bring down the 2. I can't put 13 into 2, so I put a 0. And a 0 down here. Bring down a 2. Bring down a 6. 13 will go into 26 2 times. So my answer is 102. All right, now I could put 0.0 if I wanted to, but those would mean the same thing. 102.0 or 102. Okay, that's the basic idea. All right, now we're going to give you a chance to practice that. There's 2 problems on the assignment, the worksheet, where you need to divide. Okay, please write it out the way we modeled there in just on the previous slide. And then we're going to do a little review with multiply and adding, and then find the surface area of the box, and then find the volume of this very same box. All right, thank you for watching.